Trek to Yomi is an incredibly stylish and cinematic action-adventure game coming from Flying Wild Hog, a developer that should be relatively well known at this stage of the game. They've worked on Shadow Warrior 3, they're also doing the upcoming Evil West, but right now, Trek to Yomi is the game that is on people's radar, and the game is dropping next week. And in this video, I want to take a look at some of the information that you should know about the game before you drop your $18 on it. So, Flying Wild Hog, you already know. Shadow Warrior titles. Evil West, that's gonna come out later. This is their latest game, and of course being published by Devolver Digital. If you go on over to Devolver Digital's official website for the game, you'll find some information about this cinematic action title and the background to the story of the game. The game centers around Hiroki, and as a vow to his dying master, the young swordsman is sworn to protect his town and the people he loves against all threats. Faced with tragedy and bound to duty, the lone samurai must voyage beyond life and death to confront himself and decide his path forward. Obviously, when talking about the game, it seems like the sticking point many people are focused on is the presentation style, something that goes well with the setting of the game in my opinion. I have seen mixed thoughts about the game. I really like it. It's a cinematic presentation that also notes breathtaking camera angles and striking visuals in the spirit of classic samurai film, create a true cinematic experience in Trek to Yomi. It looks like authenticity is at the forefront, and we'll talk about authenticity in a little bit, as that was one of the big focuses of developing the game. The game also looks to have stylish combat. It notes engage vicious swordsmen and supernatural beings with a streamlined combat system based around the traditional weapons of the samurai. Mythic storytelling, experience an enthralling story of Hiroki during his fall against the forces of evil and heroic return to make good on his failed promise to save the people he swore to protect. The gameplay itself, based on what we've seen in the trailer, side-scrolling action-adventure title. It seems like there's going to be some slowdown mechanics. You'll be able to parry. Pretty standard stuff based on what we've seen out of the trailer, but hopefully the gameplay can remain up to par with the cinematic presentation and the attention to detail that's been put into that, because that's a high bar to live up to, and that's definitely the element more people are talking about, but hopefully from a gameplay standpoint, again, it is of quality. And of course, there's also going to be a soundtrack that goes with the game. The thrilling action and somber moments are set against a memorable score designed to feel authentic to the time and place of feudal Japan. So that's just general information coming from the website. What I found very fascinating is a PlayStation blog post that dropped when a cinematic trailer showcase was dropped for the game. And there's a lot of quality information. I'll leave a link to the blog post in the description box below if you want to read it all for yourself. But some of the background to the game is incredibly interesting. Trek to Yomi's theme and narrative are built upon two essential pillars: historical Japan and Shinto mythology. Shinto belief is that gods are present everywhere. They live in every rock, tree, or flower, so part of the narrative dives deeper into this belief, telling short tales of the hero Hiroki and the kami ancestor spirits, the various era of Japan they lived in, and the tragic, violent, or otherwise undeserved deaths that mean they now endure a torturous half-life in Yomi. Often, these stories reflect Hiroki's journey and his dilemmas, vignettes to aid him in his final decision about the path he will tread. The original idea for Trek to Yomi came from watching Kurosawa movies while experimenting with black and white imagery in Unreal Engine, thus a cinematic experience that was ultimately created. This is heavily influenced by classic Japanese films, from the shot angles to the length and even the way the lines are delivered. The initial 2D gameplay approach was inspired by silent movies from the 20s and 30s, where each scene is designed to look more like a magical moving theater stage rather than a screen itself. All that is coming directly from the creative director of the game, and he felt it made the game stand out quite a bit. While writing the story, it was noted that it was keeping in mind number 7 as a reference, not only for its cinematic relevance, but also for its status in Japanese folklore. As such, look out for the number 7 playing a significant role in the story of Hiroki. And as I noted a little while ago, authenticity was a big element of the game, noting, quote, "Authenticity is of utmost importance to us, and everything that we did was carefully crafted while keeping in mind ancient Japanese culture, from religious beliefs to the way the sword is hung on the wall, or the way the kimono is tied. The amazing music in our game is based on ancient material from specific regions of Japan, inspired by the atmosphere that we wanted to create and the feelings that we needed to portray. Some of the instruments used in the recordings are extremely rare, and the musical scales are original to pre-westernized culture." Continuing this theme, when mapping the towns and villages of Hiroki's world, we wanted to reflect the true lifestyle and culture of Edo, Japan, including the dojo, shrine, cemetery, marketplace, and restaurants, and more. A lot of the material was inspired by the overwhelming displays at the Edo Museum in Tokyo, and we had a lot of help from native Japanese experts in order to make sure every decision we made remained coherent, and the attention to detail is paramount in this game and really seems to shine through. Based on every trailer that I've seen on the game and the discussion around this game, it seems like the standout talking point is the presentation of this game, the stylish look, and the attention to detail, and how respected it's going for that Japanese Edo period and the historical elements the game is going for. And I feel like that has to be a big drawing factor for you if you are interested in the game. From a gameplay standpoint, based on what we've seen, it looks like a rather enjoyable action-adventure title, but for me and what I can see, it seems like the presentation elements, the music, the cinematic direction, those are by far the elements of the game that have absorbed me thus far. Hopefully the gameplay is up to par, because we could be in for a special game with Trek to Yomi if that's the case. The game will be released on May 5th for $19.99. There is a 10% off pre-order discount, so it'll be $18 if you do decide to buy the game right around the time the game is coming out, or pre-order the game outright. It should also be noted that yes, this is going to be a game that's a part of Xbox Game Pass, so you'll be able to play it through that if you're playing on PC or Xbox One. And that is going to do it for me. Again, I know this is a game that a lot of you are excited about. Personally, I'm definitely going to be checking this game out, and this is the kind of game, as we're heading into May and June, 2 more quiet months in terms of big budget game releases. It's games like Trek to Yomi, games like Eiyuden Chronicle Rising that I really think are going to take the forefront and be quality titles to check out. The 2 aforementioned games both on Xbox Game Pass as well, if you're going to use that. So there you go with that. But that's going to do it for me. Definitely sound off with all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.